Hello and welcome to the Bluebell.tv's YouTube channel. My name is Anil Palmer. This is the second in a series of shorts designed to help understand some of the fundamentals of broadcast fibre optics and fibre optic systems in general. Today we'll be looking at connectors in more detail. We will show you the difference between straight PC and APC connectors and a very simple way to recognise the difference. So let's get started. In the last show we covered 5 main types of primary connectors. Remember their names? They are ST, SC, FC, LC and E2000. And remember the memory aid I gave you? If you don't, then it might be worth going back and looking at my first video again, as it's important to be able to recognise which connectors you are working with. All the connectors have 2.5mm ferrules with the exception of LC, little connector, which has a 1.25mm ferrule. What's a ferrule, I might hear you ask? Well, a ferrule is the white protrusion at the end of the connector. It doesn't look it, but it's a very tough, high precision piece of ceramic material which is stable at a broad range of temperatures. The ferrule is made so the material, outer diameter and concentricity of the hole down the centre are all within a really fine tolerance. This and the standardised back pressure, which is the force that the connector exerts on its mating half, are two of the key elements needed to make a successful connection. The third element is polish. Oh, and there's cleanliness. Did I mention cleanliness before? This brings us neatly on to PC and APC. PC stands for physical connection. This is where the two mating fibre ferrules touch each other or butt up to each other. Our American friends refer to this as a butt joint. APC stands for angled physical connection, where the two ends again touch each other, but there is a difference. Each connector has been polished with an 8-degree angle on its front face. This was designed so that some of the light energy doesn't get reflected back down the fibre. Rather, it gets reflected into the cladding of the fibre. We will do cladding and fibre construction in a later video. The reason for this angled end face is to stop some of the light from the laser being reflected back down the fibre. All lasers have an automatic power control feedback circuit that controls and stabilises the optical output power of the laser. Seeing a proportion of the light reflected would cause the laser power control circuit to wind down the power because it's seeing the output of the power laser plus the reflected power from the face of the connector. Hence, if we send the reflected power into the weeds, aka the cladding, it has less effect on the output power control of the laser. Got it? These APC connectors are generally used in more high-powered applications and are recognisable by their green jacket. All APC connectors have a green outer jacket. Also, if you look closely at the tip of the ferrule, you can actually see the angle of the polish. It just doesn't look flat. If you have an SC connector with a green outer, it's an SC APC. If you have a green FC connector, it's an FC APC. And if you have a green E2000 connector, it's an E2000 APC. Generally, if you don't see ST and LC connectors in APC format, but most E2000 connectors are APC. As we said in the previous video, E2000 connectors are shuttered and are used in high-powered applications, so this all ties up. It's also worth remembering that it's not just the outer jacket of the cable connector which is green, it's the panel mount adapter too. And it's also worth remembering and quite important to note that you cannot mate a PC connector with an APC one. Remember at the start of this I said there were PC, physical contact connectors? If you mate a flat PC connector with an 8-degree angled polished connector, the connector will only touch at one side and leave an air gap at the other. Although light will pass, there will be a large attenuation across the connection. Not good housekeeping at all. Okay, that's it, now you know. I will leave you with some shots of PC and APC type connectors. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, then hit the like button below and don't forget to subscribe to the Bluebell.tv YouTube channel. Join us next time when we will be looking at fibre cable construction and the differences between single mode and multi-mode fibre. And remember, keep it clean.